Absolutely, as they're already seeing some nice, clever moves here. Nemiga smoking around. They're going to catch the whole, well, basically, of NoTechies. I mean, xsvampire looks like he wasn't even, his camera wasn't even panned over there. Well, time walk level 1, but the ghost, or sorry, the kill at the end of the day is going to go to TheChosenOne. And yet again, 2 first bloods in 2 games for the likes of Nemiga.
You've been brought to come and fight.
That's what weathermancery is this?
The battle begins.
Yeah, but not too frequently is the problem for him. So I think that's what I'm going to be looking out for this game. Like, how frequently are you going to be able to fight with Faceless Void? Because traditionally, it's always just been, do I have my ulti? Yes, I'll farm towards the direction of my team. Time walk in for an ulti and look for this. But it seems like on paper the meta doesn't really favor him, at least early on. But the meta never really favored him. So I'd be curious. You know, it feels like even like in that last game, it just felt like we were constantly skirmishing out of the laning stage, pretty much, even into the laning stage. And I think we're going to have a similar feeling this game, given our 2 mid laners as well here. So yeah, we'll take a look at how it develops and how he's able to get these ultis off.
Look out for fallen rocks!
The dusk is always ready for a fight.
No.
You've been brought to look.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to be this and C. And I don't know. It feels like every single region of Dota is actually so fun to watch, and this one especially though because of how much they love to fight. As we can see, top lane already, layme exchanging blows with Hellscream, who's able to actually CS pretty easily here. Tag team already utilized, but just securing basically a whole wave. layme not really having an easy time. Of course, in these early levels when PA is going to be at her weakest. Tag team now active. We do have Phantom Strike ready to go. Hellscream just kind of focused on getting his last hits in, though. So again, harassing the PA out underneath the tower.
Dire's courier has been killed.
With gratitude.
Early on, no chance for Kiritych to chase any further there with the time walk. He is going to be left without a kill there, unfortunately. Lane, we also see Ainkrad sipping on the freshly delivered bottle. He'll be happy to get a water rune here in just a second, because Dane is kind of already starting to take over this lane. Dane, by the way, formerly known as 19teen, so if you've been watching, you know, Tier 2 Eastern European Dota for a while, you may know him better as that name, but he's changed over to this one, effective as of a couple of months ago. I think he's even played on Nemiga a couple of times, as I recall. I think he's a very familiar face to the likes of Nemiga. We might have. Either way, he's on NoTechies now. It's always a bit confusing how these things work, you know. But hey, if someone's, I mean, it's going to be like that as well for our next match, which we'll talk about a little bit more when that is up. But TheChosenOne is CSing beautifully here in this off lane. 14 and 5. I mean, really everyone is seemingly getting CS. Make that with the exception of Ainkrad here, who's having a pretty tough time finding last hits.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yep, now they fixed it. Of course, it's in one of the many localization patches that we get 12 of a day. Yep. And then
You're welcome. It's gonna be a massacre.
oh, ChosenOne did get the spear off onto layme top lane. We have Icarus dive. It's level 2 fire spirit, so it's a fair amount of damage. He's gonna go for it. Does connect, but it's not gonna be enough. He would have needed to stick around and look for the kill there. But with 13 wand charges, I think that was a bait waiting to happen.
Is a great conductor.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He is a strength hero. He's got decent attack damage. 62 is not bad, but it's more about the attack speed that is his limiting factor, especially early on. Not very agile.
Radiant are scanning.
Tiny, yeah, I mean, he's just in a great position. Yeah, he's gonna see her right away, gonna ping that one out. The scan will come through, so they do know where the Centaur is hiding, but it's not really worth her time anymore. Gotta get back to the mid lane before you far too far behind. Even though, like you said, you have done well to recover, so maybe we should have seen a bit of a rotation from the Tiny. Hopefully they make an aggressive play as soon as the Windrunner shows mid. She's gonna have to, because we did just use the ulti now, Eye of the Storm for Dame, and then I'd be expecting a reaction as soon as she shows on the map and Thunderstrike is off of the Tiny. We might have some Tiny airlines.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
To sediment. Rotting.
Yeah, I was keeping my eyes bottom instead. And he's keeping his eyes there as well as Kiritych. Oh, he's just barely got it. He went for 2-1-2, so he just had the time walk coming off of cooldown. Lodine's going to sacrifice himself, hoping for the kill, but Fogas just hiding himself there in the trees. And that's going to be only a 1 kill for Dame. Does get the kill mid lane, assist gold as well into the Tusk. So that was a great couple of minutes there for NoTechies. They're going to have to send some regen back out to Fogas. He can't quite leave the lane. He does have the Ring of Health, but he can't leave the lane because the Siege Wagon is here. But he's going to be fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh.
I have seen the future.
Oh, Chrono.
Not in it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we've got time walk up in 2 seconds. Will he continue to chase? Oh, he guessed incorrectly there. He did get juked. Job there by xsvampire. He's now going to find the Faceless Void. He didn't have vision of him either. Time walking another 10. A little bit of fancy footwork here.
You can't escape the underskin.
My quiver is empty.
Burnt flesh.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
he's going to
is
be
under
going for the
attack.
Yule Scepter here. Classic first item, of course, but already, basically, with the farm, he's amassed with how strong he is. He's level 9 already. Careful here, though. Lodine does have level 2 in Glimpse, so can't catch up. 2 TPs are coming. Kiritych does not have himself the Chronosphere, but he's not going to need him when he's got the Snowball here to keep him stunned up. Next, they're going to go for solo. No Icarus dying for 12 seconds, so he's easy pickings. But Tiny, now speaking of picking, is going to go ahead and pick off Lodine, try and run himself away as the Windrunner is respawning. But the Tiny proves to be too fast. Rolling Boulder gathers no moss, and he's going to gather just a couple of kills here for free, pretty much, onto the Disruptor. it is. I think that's like the last iteration we used to see, popularized by the God King Hualien. Oh, okay, hold that thought. They are going to catch the Tusk. Now he's going to get himself away. Maybe? Hellscream, though, the Avalanche is going to keep him linked a little bit longer. Ice Shard, though, trying to get a kill in return. Unfortunately, the arena's just a second late. They're just going to leave Tiny to die, however. Trying to land the spear, trying to land it. Oh, no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. They had it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, of course, a rolling boulder can't be hit by a spear either, at least when he's moving at max move speed.
There.
Yeah, I think that one was in the remake. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, for now though, I mean, I think he's doing a decent job. I do agree with your early rotations, but I think that he probably should have, because like Tusk, Tiny is one of those heroes. Pardon me, that is just really, really great at rotating, especially over to the mid lane. Yeah, no, I can't.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I think maybe we're undervaluing the Centaur, like maybe because he secures the Centaur's lane, right? Like sure, Void is still gonna farm, but he's a Void, right? He's got Chrono back up, but he only has a Mask of Madness, so a kill onto anyone is a little bit difficult right now, especially because they can just set up a Supernova so long as Solo's not the one getting caught in these early Chronos, which is possible because he's a pretty easy kill. But like, you know, maybe we'll see the impact of this brand new Centaur, because it also has been a long time since we've seen these two heroes, and I feel like they were both popular around the same time. Centaur back then when he had the active to his retaliate or return, whatever it was. Ah!
Radiant are scanning.
That's his problem, right? But now the ulti just seems pretty ridiculous here. Again, 90-second cooldown on this bad boy, so we'll see how he can make use of it. A smoke's gonna break in the mid lane, but not gonna be able to find anything out of it. Man, missing your early smokes in this patch feels even more punishing than usual, doesn't it?
Double damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They might find PA, speaking of the smokes. Yeah. There's Supernova. Yeah, that was a really nice fight. I really liked that Chrono, to be honest, because I think he knows, like, there's no way you're killing Razor with Eye of the Storm active. I mean, this is a hero right now with 10 armor, Eul Scepter, Power Treads, right? Like, he's too tanky. But what he knows, the same thing like I said, he can force out a pretty easy Supernova, and then the Supernova was just so...
Radiant's middle tower
What's the opposite of impactful? Yeah, it was very underwhelming. Again, used defensively, but I think it was pretty clear from the get-go. Faceless Void just wanted to hold him down and bait out an ultimate, so very nicely done. Yeah, really good static storms this game, to be honest, after Nemiga. They're going to Stampede. They go for the void. Yeah, they're going to dive and kill him. Yep, nicely done. Avalanche secure the kill. Snowball. They're trying to do about on the static link. Arena now drop. Can they get a kill at least onto the CK? Yes, down he goes. Razor, though, the only one left alive inside of the arena. The power shot will also mop up xsvampire. Ainkrad, though, going down very rapidly here. Windrun active cannot outrun the power of the sun. He didn't put on enough sunblock there, unfortunately, so the Ginger will drop on the chosen last to go.
Smoke.
Yeah, the
Smoke
smoke.
the PA there from the tower hits. Very clever solo. Look at that. They say I'm washed up because I'm old. Watch me. It's perfect smoke timing.
I think actually, interestingly enough, the oldest player in all of Eastern Europe, I believe, is Cheshire Cat. No, he's the oldest player in Division 1 because he's 31, about to be 32 this year. And I think Dendy still holds the title for the oldest player overall.
How old is Dendy?
I believe Dendy is 31, about to be 32 this year.
Wow, and how old is Solo? 29?
Yeah, and Cheshire Cat is 30.
That's impressive, actually.
I agree.
I never thought they would live them. Dendy being wow. So he started playing when he was like 14. I think he's been playing Dota for longer than like Ramses has been alive at this point.
Yeah, I mean, my joke last season was he's been playing Dota longer than Amar has been alive, you know?
That's for sure. Yeah, that's 100%. But I think I've been playing Dota for longer than Amar's been alive.
Yeah,
So.
you might have. You might have. Yeah, nice little dive there and the smoke on the way back out.
He's
Solo
like, I'm done with this. No more focus fire.
commits Supernova just to get Ainkrad away from him. That does work, right? Because it resets the focus fire, because it's a different unit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so you don't get the focus fire on the egg, and you also can't focus fire on the egg. That's why whenever in your pubs they tell you, hey, Wind Ranger's a good counter to Phoenix, you go, no, that's not how Dota works.
Oh, they're going again, though. Kiritych this time. He's got Maelstrom, Mask of Madness, and Chronosphere, only level 1 ready to go. It's
That's
could be
Veil
enough
on
for
the
a
Phoenix,
kill.
by the way.
Oh, no. Big kill here. Yeah, Chronosphere, Snowball on the way in. He didn't get off the tag team. Will that make the difference? Static Storm plays down just to make sure they guarantee the kill. And 2 ultis, I would say very well worth it there for the kill onto the PA.
And they continue this, actually. They want to go with the Arena of Blood, hoping to catch the Razor. Wind Ranger's nearby. And the Chosen One, I mean, he's lost all his damage, not like he needs it. He's still on the Spear. Oh, they toss him back. This could be dangerous for the Chosen One. And they do kill him off first as they spear Razor to a tree. Dave for now will survive. Here's the Mars Point Stampede to counter initiative. But Razor, there's a Shackle Shot. Dave in trouble yet again. They glimpse it back. He just wants to get away. They don't have the damage. They have a Power Shot though. Can they guess correctly? They won't. Dave stays in the trees. He knows how Wind Ranger thinks. And he guesses her Power Shot perfectly. And that follow-up, you could say, by the Mars didn't end up being too successful for Nemiga. In fact, NoTechies, they want to continue being aggressive. There's no Stampede or Supernova, but the enemy team has no ultimates either, so they can just go in. The PA, Phantom Strike to Lodine, and Lodine will fall.
Yeah, just a quick little solo kill there. No pun intended, as Solo doing a decent amount of work there, but that mid lane, Dame has been located yet again. Activates Eye of the Storm. Static Link didn't get off though, not stealing any damage. This time he will drop, not tanky enough. His supports though will be able to jump the Windrunner in exchange. Hellscream is going to be the next to go. Again, this I mean, I kind of really like this patch because it's just skirmishes and fighting like this in this style. It feels like basically from now until the end of the game. And it's, here they go again. I can't even get my point in.
Kiritych here, he's going to go onto the Centaur instead. Didn't lose too much damage. Static Storm is all them out. Kiritych as well, but doesn't catch anyone inside, which means now NoTechies should know the enemy team has no ultimates, but they themselves also have nothing to fight with. Maybe a Supernova here. Love the Veil Discord pickup, by the way, on Solo. I mentioned it earlier, but I think it's been really buffed for supports because now it really increases the mono region aura from the Ring of Basilius, right? So it's quite a huge difference here. And the cooldown being reduced slightly, the cast range being increased slightly, small minor buff that makes it more of a better item.
Yeah, I agree. I think cooldown on this is super nice. Not necessarily for a Phoenix, but like, if you know, for your allies like Tiny, because Phoenix has super low cooldowns anyway, so he's not really affected by that. For someone else like the Tiny, you know, burst damages and being able to go in more and more frequently without having to worry about it. It's nice laying down bottom.
Well.
Stampede, they're chasing him down though. Sunray to keep him healed up. Phantom Strike as well. Everyone has rotated for the support as Hellscream is going to bait out the Avalanche here for himself. Walrus Punch is well committed as layme is going to end up turning and getting the kill onto Hellscream, but this should have created enough space for Ainkrad to leave. Doesn't have TP though, Avo.
I was like watching like a family of 5, and then the littlest one is getting bullied in high school, and then you call on your brothers, and they just all come to beat up the bully, which is barely bigger as well. The poor Tuss just got absolutely demolished there.
Wow, I mean, he, again, kind of just knew it from the get-go, though. Windrunner being the more important one, doesn't have a single defensive item, so outside of these wind runs, doesn't even, you know, can't run from this team. They're going to smoke up and sweep opposite here on the map. I like this move a lot. It's pretty clean Dota theory, you know, to push the opposite side of the map when you see mass rotations to one end.
Oh.
But the Chosen One, let's see, he's going to break the smoke, has vision. There's the jump in, though, from xsvampire, the stomp, and that is going to be a kill nonetheless. But I like that. It's like a counterplay by NoTechies. They know exactly someone is going to want to be farming in this top area.
Yep.
Because if everyone TPs, you call that. You even call that in pubs. So there's no way you don't call that in professional games. And immediately everyone is going to just start farming the top area.
Don't
so.
tell me about your pub experience. I don't care. You're not BSJ.
Wow. Wow.
No techies here. What are you gonna find? There is the focus fire. Not the centaur, dude. Not the centaur. Can they initiate this? Do they have a supernova? They do. Centaur might just die. Oh, it's connecting the match one at a time. Really defensive supernova, but they lose focus. They will. They might also lose xsvampire. They glimpse it back as a haste through. Not gonna save them though, unfortunately. And that supernova maybe a bit too defensive yet again, right?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he had already used the Icarus dive, doesn't have any other mobility items. He already used Fire Spirits and Sunray, so, you know, it's the best thing he could have offered there. Unfortunately, just doesn't get anything done. Hellscream, again, just too quick on the snowball, and, yeah, I mean, defensive or maybe just not just good enough, I think, for 5 heroes that were attacking your core. So a bit of a rough spot to be in there for the Phoenix. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, and he might as well use the spells. But that means they have nothing to contest Roshan with. Nemiga, they're going to realize this and just go right into the pit.
The Razor was walking towards it, the only hero that can truly initiate, and Server's keeping him at bay. He's forced that to BKB, just trying to steal that Aegis. He's gonna go for the Chosen One here, or no, seemingly steal the damage instead of the Wind Ranger. Ignores the Chosen One, there's a Stampede. They do kill Hellscream, they want to kill Ainkrad as well. Dame with that Plaza Field slowing him down, he'll set up, but there's nobody nearby to help him out, so no taking. Oh my god, it seems like layme, he just doesn't care. He dives the tower, there's no tier 1, and he's gonna dive the tier 2 easily, taking down Lodine. That's only the support's dead. They completely lost their chance to kill the Chosen One, I feel like.
Yeah, they did. He was just out of there pretty instantly. Kiritych now just farming. Didn't even want to. I mean, again, I think he's playing this one excellently. I was curious about like how he would be playing this early game, given the fact that it's so focused around team fights. At least for now, anyway, that's the case. You know, maybe in 2 weeks it'll be a snooze fest, but I doubt it with the way that mid is oriented. Anyway, he's just farming, right? He sees his team fighting. He's gonna go, all right, guys, that's cool. I can just time walk and TP away, and he continues farming the jungle. He says, I'll be back in another minute when Chrono's ready to go again. And I would look for our next big engagement for it then. So the question then becomes for NoTechies, like, what do we do in this minute? What do we farm? Because they know that they're going to be coming. Like, you have to use Chrono when it's off cooldown, especially with Aegis. Like, you're just wasting so much if you're farming in the jungle.
I agree. I feel like the Void was much slower than I mean, I was saying that I don't love the pick too much, and I think it's given the space to the PA to farm her 3 core items, which Battle Fury, Desolator, BKB since forever. And the fact that she can afford to go for these items and there's no punishment to this does feel a bit bad for Nemiga.
Under attack.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
Just the
nice little replay just to see the supernova from solo.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not bad from the high ground, right? But
that's what I mean. Like, it's a defensively placed supernova, but it felt, obviously, hindsight 2020, he should have saved that because then they can actually contest Roshan and likely even get a couple of kills there because Nemiga didn't have a lot of ultis to work with. You had Razor, 9-second BKB, Stampede, and, you know, a Blink Dagger on Tiny ready to go. So, you know, it just feels like we were missing that extra little bit of AoE damage, which is what Phoenix is, you know?
It's true. It's right now, because you don't have any setup for him either because of the Centaur, it's a bit difficult as well to use the super aggressive supernovas that you would probably looking for when you build the pick. So it's just been I want to secure the lane or the map for the PA, which okay, kind of works. We're seeing a Solar Crush build now on Centaur as well. I kind of like it more when the supports build it, but I don't think either of these supports can afford to go for it. So I kind of get why it's
yeah, I think it makes sense for someone like Lodine to do it. In fact, I think we'll be seeing a lot more of these types of heroes. I think Warlock, I don't quite remember if he's been changed heavily, but I think he's another big winner because Solar Crest is super cheap, and for these types of supports where you kind of just exist for your ulti and a core ability outside of the laning stage, and your only big upgrade is the Ags, it's just too expensive. The build-up is really crap. Whereas Medallion, it's so cheap. It gives you great stats. It builds now super cheaply into Solar Crest. So I get that point, but you're totally right. Phoenix needs to go for other items. Tiny obviously needs to go for the Blink Dagger, otherwise he's kind of useless. So yeah, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't yet again here.
Also in the case of Disruptor, by the way, partially the reason why people are going for Solar Crest these days because you also go for the Shard, and it's like you're the mega buffer, right? You stand behind, you give Thunderstrike to your carry. Once you get get the extra talents as well for it, especially level 20 talent is huge. And then you give Thunderstrike to your carry, you give the Solar Crest to your carry, and you go, you do your thing, right? If you don't win like this, I don't know, I can't do any more. And then you just you keep your hands off the keyboard because you've already won the game for the team.
You go, oh, you can't reach him because you didn't buy mobility, only damage it. Don't worry, I'll glimpse him back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's running away. Kinetic field. He's casting abilities. Don't worry, I got you. Static storm.
Ultimate babysitter, dude.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Dazzle Oracle up there a bit more, right? But no, I mean,
it makes
just to
sense,
go
right?
like
Because
a
the
bit.
was pretty much riding a Yoshi, so I understand why he's such a good babysitter.
It's true. His,
And I feel like this shard is really strong. I even got buffed so you can use it offensively now, which is incredible. So now you can use it offensively on an enemy. You still get the huge range, and on top of that, anything in that area gets the buff, right? So you can just make it so you can essentially burst an enemy, very similar to like how the old Blood Rage worked, where if you see one single target, use Thunderstrike on them, everyone surrounds them, and he gets bursted.
Real quick, 50 seconds left on this Aegis. We've had Chrono up for about another minute now. They can see Fogas farming nearby because he's pulled the creep over, but already using Time Walk on over to the wave. He's got Blink Dagger, so they're not going to catch him. NoTechies being very disciplined. They know we're about to wait out this Aegis. Let's not fight into all of their ultis and a second life on the Faceless Void. That seems unwise, especially when he has a 9-second BKB.
Exactly. Yes. And now they have combos enough to actually make the Chrono work. The Void has damage in the Chrono, so which is very important because you don't really have anything else besides that. Even if Tusk just blinks nearby and tag teams like next to the Void Chrono, that's good enough. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. He's been unable to get it off previously, unfortunately. A little bit of timing, miscommunication, whatever you're going to call it, right? But we'll see now as we do hear a smoke play from NoTechies. Aegis about to be reclaimed here within the second. Perfect time for them to fight, but also Ainkrad not too unhappy to fight either. MKB and BKB both ready to go. It's a wide ramp around here for NoTechies as they're just looking to set up as much vision as they can.
Invisibility.
But Nemiga, disciplined as well, no vision on the enemies. They're going to smoke up and do some hunting on their own side of the map.
I swear, we haven't seen them in that for a while. They must be down there. They see their outpost being taken. Okay, we got it wrong. Let's go back up. And Nemiga is...
Well,
they might find Dane. Dane reveals himself.
Really far from his team. He's so fast.
Visibility. Oh, nice. You'll set to prevent the shackle shot. Focus in the middle. Static storm, though. Is that going to work for them? It does. Fortunately catch the Centaur. That's going to be a kill on the Centaur. Razor's still alive. Supernova just annoying. However, it doesn't stun anyone. Void only lost 44 damage, but he did lose the Chrono here. They're trying to kill Razor from Dave, the BKB. That spear's good. They're going to find him. Dave, stop hitting the walls. Dave is just going to fall here. Plasma field before he dies. Not too successful. That's going to be Ainkrad following in in exchange, though. But if they get layme, then it's totally worth the toss. Not meant to be for layme. And that's going to condemn him to an easy spear. Oh, xsvampire was hoping to toss one of the enemies, but instead he's got his carry.
Oh, they're going for more, are they? Yeah, they want xsvampire. A little snowball in. They should be able to get the kill. Solo just doesn't have any spells. Gets the blink away. Now he's dead. Really good fight here. They're going to be able to take the tier 2. We're going to have Centaur up again. We'll take another look, but Solo, he can't really defend this all by himself. And yet again, it just feels like if Supernova range was increased by a bit, he'd have a lot more impact in these fights, but he just doesn't really want to risk getting too close to the Chrono, whether it be because of this Blink Dagger now on Tusk to find him and kick him and you know, delay the Supernova, whether it be from fear of Supernova or from Icarus diving into the Chrono. Either way, it's really keeping him away from these fights, and it's hurting his team. And they found
Solo
Phoenix.
again. Yeah, it's the second time that or third time now that we see that like incredibly defensive Supernova because they just can't deal with the incredible team fight Nemiga has. When their ultimates are up, I do think they're stronger. But to be fair, I think the PA would have probably survived that if it wasn't because she got tossed, right?
Yeah.
If she didn't get tossed, she could have Phantom Strike and would have been fine. In fact, another choice that's weird to me by the PA is her choice to go for Basher over the BKB. Which, yeah, sure, Chrono pierces BKB, but the arena now is crucial against you. So,
Ainkrad, okay.
Ainkrad, stop killing yourself against the Centaur. Stop using it against the Centaur. Look,
Focus is like, no, keep punching me.
Oh, he's gonna die.
I do not think
You gotta be masochistic, but you need to know when to use your safe word there, right?
Hey, that was quite the strange play. I mean, I know Fogas was like, all right, he's just gonna right click me, and I'll chase after him.
He literally hit his chest and screamed like Tarzan there, hoping to get more.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be punched back up by the Tusk, though.
Oh, no.
Arena will drop. Shards, though, are not going to get a pin, but that's fine. It doesn't look like they really wanted to go in yet again. 20 more seconds. I think Kiritych is like, wait. Not yet. But they've lost time here as Lodine is going to be picked up by layme. So he's going to have to wait another 40 seconds till he is back.
That kill disruptor is crucial, by the way. I think that guy is probably one of the more impactful heroes on the Nemiga side. I mean, they've given him more farm priority than Tusk for a reason.
Come and fight.
Yeah, he's even got the Philosopher's Stone, so he's already picked up that Aghanim Shard, so we'll start seeing how impactful that can be.
He's
gonna
got frags next as well.
I think
Once he gets Ags, he's going to swamp the Philosopher's Stone for the Quickening Charm. And you're going to see perpetual Thunderstrikes in addition to constant Static Storms. The weather is coming, man. It's monsoon season.
It is monsoon season. It absolutely is. Careful here, it's also tornado season, and NA, as there's the jump in. They have found the spear onto the Centaur. There's no immediate stun though, because they wanted to blow up the Tiny instead. They've got the control onto him. Fogas can't really go anywhere. This time, the Supernova is inside of the arena, well placed. Fogas still alive, and everyone else just has to run. Now, Kiritych is in on the two-man chrono as well. Did the Avalanche try and save the PA? The Chief's gonna go down. Kiritych, BK beat up, unaffected there, and they're even gonna bring back Fogas, kill him off as well as the Solar Wolf behind him. Dame now continuing to try and run, not bothered there whatsoever about a kinetic field, as Tiny still looking to do more after he bought back in this engagement. At least now we'll find the Chosen One who's dropped in this engagement. More Albo.
Psychic headback to push him back. Lodine is in trouble, but the Void seems to still want to fight against Dane. He has the buff from the Thunderstrike, soon the Solar Crest as well. Lodine needs to help him out before he dies. Lodine, you can't die using the Solar Crest one last time. He didn't get it, which means Kiritych is now forced to retreat. And NoTechies will end up winning that engagement just due to the power of the Razor here. So, ends up working out for NoTechies, I'd say. They don't kill the Void, of course. They do lose the PA. But the reason why they lose the PA, by the way, was a really smart play on the Tusk. Managing to activate Tag Team before he got Yule Sceptered, and that aura stays around you. So the Void got the buff from the Tag Team. And that's all thanks to the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, this Blink Dagger is just absolutely paying off. A really good Supernova there this time around, but it just kind of felt like this Razor, I don't know, like I couldn't quite see it. Where was he in this fight? Kind of being zoned out, went back in, but this BKB as well. I think this is the first use of the BKB, 9 seconds? No, it was the second, pardon me.
He was dealing with the Wind Ranger at the very beginning of the fight, right, which was mainly the thing. But then afterwards, he got stopped as well by the arena. Like, there was a bunch of zona that made the Razor. You said it, it's Circle Team, right? And
it is Circle Team.
And it's very difficult for the Razor to just run around freely. Now the BKB is only 6 seconds. They're up chrono.
Yeah, we've got Supernova in 16. All their ultis ready to go here for NoTechies, mainly just being Stampede, and I suppose Eye of the Storm is worth mentioning. Chrono's back up in 60, but we have everything but Chronosphere, basically.
Yeah,
Kiritych is just waiting. He's waiting for the jingle, and he's going to try and snipe it here, but he's happy to wait for up to 40 seconds, and then he'll probably go and take Roshan himself with Aegis. Look at the range. We're not kidding about that.
No, I'm serious. This is absurd. This shard is one of the best shards in the game. I would say like, especially for the meta right now, which is very carry-oriented, where carries should be able to fight early. I think the Disruptor's honestly top tier 5s. He's so good. So good. I'd pick him every match. He's also so impactful.
All right, NoTechies need to do something, and they know, because they can't just wait for Chrono to be back. They don't win that fight. So they're going to be making a wraparound play, but look, Mars just blocking them here, acting like a big stop sign with smoke on smoke. Both are going to break. Focus is in with the BKB first. Kiritych nice to break the Supernova this time from Solo. Low is the Stampede trying to escape, but just permabash and kill Dame immediately here. Yet again, on the backlines is Ainkrad. Has been located, but they waited too long. Supernova's ready to go. He's just killing everyone with a static click. He did get on. There's not enough damage, and now even with the static storm, it's not enough here. Solo up on the high ground. He's got to TP himself away, but will be struck down by the power shot of Ainkrad, who fought back to be in this fight. 2 buybacks up for Nemiga. They had the tier 2 ready to be teleported to, and they immediately turned that engagement off of the buybacks.
Seriously, those shards were impressive. They forced the enemy team, right after Tiny landed those shards, and they forced the enemy team to pretty much just constantly either hit the wall or hit the shards. There was no way they could actually run away from the wall. They was constantly pushing them towards it as well. So just incredible shards arena placement here by ChosenOne and by the Tusk Hellscream. I think that Nemiga there, that team fight honestly shouldn't have been theirs, because Static Link was very impressive, and I was pretty sure that Kiritych was just screwed there. But honestly, the impact from the arena there, particularly with the Static Storm on top of that, incredible. And we already have Ags, or we almost have Ags Disruptor. He's actually not with his team, so he can farm the Ags. With the new shard, you farm actually quite quickly on Disruptor, so get solo experience, get level 20, which is very important, and the Ags as the Nemiga pushes this tower. No help though, and Thunder should be here to actually boost the Void's attack speed. But maybe they're not really looking for this tower at all. They're just looking to threaten.
Yeah, I mean, the respawn's not too long here for NoTechies. They got the Fortify out, so they're going to have another minute until Chrono is ready to go again. And of course, still with another 4 minutes of Aegis, so plenty of overlap there. So really, I think no need to risk it here. Go high ground immediately because you never know what NoTechies have ready to fight with. So I like the decision there. Again, I think once we have, and we do now have this Ags, by the way, just now freshly delivered to Lodine, that might be enough for like the KO blow here for the side of NoTechies.
They're struggling because even though their carry is strong, and I think the matchup Void versus PA is not bad at all, they have a lot of good ways to deal with the PA. Particularly the Wind Ranger that now has, I believe, in a whole MKB. Yes, the Tusk tag team, of course. Disruptor's existence as a whole has been a huge obstacle for NoTechies. And on top of that, the superior team fight towards the late game. I mean, it's not even late game, but for this patch, right? And it's starting to show quite a lot.
Honestly, tier 4 is not even dropping yet, but we'll see if we even get there. Kiritych now with the buff, ready to go on. Hit level 23 already. Focuses on the Ainkrad guy. That's Dane. Willing to fight him. Okay, into the static storm he goes. Muted up. He can't get off the BKB. Can't even get off the Yules. Down he goes. Solo this. I think this guy, he's just going to go down. They're fighting though. Fogas is in. They did at least drop the supernova. I don't think the ChosenOne can get through it alone, but with Lodine, they were not going to have it either. Stampede, Fogas runs into the wall once. That should get the damage and the kill onto at least Lodine, but he's already used the ulti. Kiritych now with the chrono. Just a solo onto solo. Why not? Hellscream is in already immediately as well with the tag team for the easy kill. But layme has been left to his own devices. They have at least gotten one. The first life off the Aegis here. Kiritych does not have BKB ready to go. No more Aegis either as they toss him back underneath the tier 2 tower. Do we have something to stop the TP? Nope, we do not.
That's crazy. 4 hits, no bash. All right, that was a bit unlucky for NoTechies. I feel like that was a bit sloppy though by Nemiga. They have a superior team fight. They need to be playing much more coordinated in these team fights. If you use your chrono like that, if you don't have the big combos, the supernova is becoming a real issue for them because they just can't not get through it. It's already level 3 supernova. Yeah, you need to start considering now as Nemiga, what are you going to do against Supernova? Why is Wind Ranger always dead? That's another question I'm asking myself. Always in front this Wind Ranger and never capable of actually hitting the egg.
Yeah, they never really got in there, and that's a pretty big win here for the likes of NoTechies. They do have to buy back on Fogas to get back in there. But yeah, I mean, now we don't have Aegis, and we don't have Chrono for a whole minute and a half. Our Phantom Assassin, as we'll get going yet again.
Yeah, and I feel like as well for Nemiga's side, now that they're seeing solo playing much more aggressive with Supernova, so you need to start concentrating on those. Oh, Static Storm, blind Static Storm. They thought they could find someone. Instead, they only find the Centaur. Actually, it is an okay kill. Toss, no, barely tossing him actually, hoping to toss into the Tiny as he looked away, but he walked away, but instead Tiny got stuck in the arena, and Fogas also died. Okay, 2 for the price of 1. Welcome to the NoTechies supermarket.
Yeah, you could really see like the indecision there for layme. He's like, I've got this DD rune, I have Abyssal Blade. Oh, but I don't have buyback. It's too risky right there. And unfortunately, I think that's the right call. Tiny and Centaur both getting caught out there is a bit unlucky. Essentially what this does is it means that when they respawn, they will be fighting into a Chronosphere. So that's not exactly good news. Welcome back. The big guy, the big purple man has his ulti, which freezes you in place. So yeah, good luck with that. Plus, even if you don't get caught by that, the other purple guy can just cast a spell and you can't use your BKB either. So you're basically mincemeat in both.
Purple guy? Disruptor?
Yeah. Red. He's like purplish. He's got hues. It's purple is a hue of red.
He's Axe's cousin, dude. He's the same. He's a Lodine.
It's a hue.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you're colorblind too. He has the big purple guy is MKB, by the way, and they're gonna find the Phoenix here. Oh, Spear. Can they kill him in time? They want to prevent the Supernova. They use the Static Storm. They don't want to let Phoenix use the Supernova ever again. ChosenOne has BKB, could get away. Nice clips to cancel Static Clip though. And they have Chrono in 2 seconds with the MKB as well. The Chrono's used just for the PA, and now you see the power of the tag team and the MKB. Actually, tag team was not even used. That was just the MKB alone. Destroying poor PA. No longer can she live in these team fights. 80 seconds without her, that's most of your damage. Razor's no longer your solo carry here. We need the PA to come back, but she has no buyback.
Yeah, Solo does at least have Supernova. They don't have the big ultis anymore. We still have Arena though. We'll see if that's gonna come in use. He can be popped by Kiritych. Arena of Blood now. Gonna go and pin the center of the wall. He's right back in on him though. There's the Supernova plays down yet again, but they're gonna snowball into it. They've already gotten the kill onto the Centaur, so they might just go back in yet again. I think really Supernova's the only thing that was gonna keep them at bay.
Yep. Now without the Supernova, you really don't have any team fights, especially without the Centaur alive. Like what is supposed to initiate for you? This Tiny, and he's gonna try his best here. I don't know if that's going to be sufficient though. He has the toss requires no target, at least. Maybe you can toss him into the fountain. OG, inverse OG strats.
Inverse OG strats. Well, he's going to go in and toss the Mars at lead. Solo's got the Shiva's guard up. Good avalanche there. Preventing he goes for more damage.
Nice BKB.
Right, yeah, the BKB preemptively there. He get off the static link as well, but he's taking a lot of damage here from the Windrunner. Just focus firing him to death. Killed Lodine and Steer 4 towers. And the ChosenOne will find the Tiny. A perfectly timed glimpse as well. Will catch Solo, and that's everyone dead. The GG well played. It's going to be a game. No game number 3 as Nemiga Gaming will 2-0 NoTechies.
Who said upper division was cool? Upper division's for... Anyway, the Nemiga guys showcase why they deserve to get through the closed qualifiers. NoTechies with their new squad, no wins currently, as Nemiga will beat them 2-0. Honestly, quite well. I mean, I think that NoTechies, yes, they had some moments of brilliance for the most part.